Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to Popternative. This is the podcast and talk show where we have digital discussions, worlds of TV, film, news, pop culture, music, everything really depending on the guests. We talk about it all. As always, I'm your host, Peter Remoliotis. On social media, you know me as PD Beats. And today we're talking about The Walking Dead World Beyond. Season 1's going to be available on Blu-ray and DVD June 15th. We're talking to Nicolas Cantu about this. Nicolas, welcome to Popternative.
Thank you so much for having me. Glad to be here.
I'm excited to chat with you. I mean, we all know what a big deal the Walking Dead universe is. It's huge. What's it like being part of that universe, man?
Very exciting. When I first joined in 2019 and I showed up for filming into the set, it was very exciting to see the production aspect. And then we did our first Comic-Con and it was exciting meeting all the fans and seeing, the humongous army of people that just love this universe and being welcomed into that with such open arms and love and hugs and kisses. It was awesome.
Absolutely. What's the mindset for you when you kind of book the role? Like you get in there, you read the script and you're kind of you have a date to shoot it and everything. Okay, let's go. What's your mindset as an actor? I'm just curious for this project.
Well, I try to stay professional and keep that outward aspect of yeah, okay, I know what I'm doing. But sometimes it's just all right, dude, this is so hype. I can't wait to have fun. I can't wait to just kill zombies and be awesome. So it's two sides.
And it's exciting. I mean, June 15th, people are going to be able to get it on Blu-ray and DVD season 1. What can you tell us about The Walking Dead World Beyond without kind of going into spoilers a little bit?
Well, it's a show about 4 teenagers going out into the apocalypse who had never seen it before. They've never experienced the trauma and hardships and death of fighting zombies out there in the world. And they're going on this adventure. It's sort of like a quest. It's got a very quest writing aspect, I guess, with the main show of Walking Dead, if you're used to that. It's very much go to this place, fight this thing, and it goes on for a long time. And then with our show, it's succinct. It's only 2 seasons, and you get to own the first on DVD, and you get to see how our character's journey begins on this cross-the-country quest.
When people watch it and see your characters on screen when they get it on DVD and Blu-ray, what are you hoping they get out of it, specifically when they watch The Walking Dead World Beyond, Nicholas?
I hope they get a fun TV show that they really like watching and enjoying and owning on DVD and Blu-ray come June 15th.
Yeah, absolutely. Were there any learning experiences for you specifically with this project? You worked on a lot of different projects that we're going to get to afterwards as well, but what was it like working on this for learning experience aspect of things?
It was definitely a blast, and I feel like I was learning something new every day. This was my first job as a series regular on a TV show, and just going right into this huge TV universe with this, huge sets and crazy stunts. I was definitely learning a lot production-wise, and just kind of seeing the pace at which TV shows are made. I'd only done guest stars before, so I would just come on for a day, but this was a thing. I shipped out to Richmond for 5 months, and I was, this was my everyday, so I learned a lot.
And it's interesting too, because I've seen, interviews that the cast did and everything, and you did with your cast members, and it's the geek culture, zombie culture, you all know what a big deal it is, because some of you are also fans of that content.
Dude,
as
I'm
well.
in it. I'm in it. Yeah. I love all things geek. Zombies. I watched the main Walking Dead show when I was little, probably too little, to be seeing all the blood and guts everywhere, but I liked it. I've been playing Black Ops Zombies, zombie movies, zombie shows, zombie comics, all zombies.
Absolutely. What in terms of acting and storytelling, you've done some voice acting stuff too. You probably know what I'm referring to. You were the voice of Gumball at one point.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Such a blast.
Yeah, so cool. When did you know that was something you wanted to do? What drove you towards that kind of field?
Well, when I was 7 years old, I was just watching TV and movies, and my dad would show me a bunch of movies that he would watch when he was little from the 80s, and I was like, that stuff looks really fun. I want to be an actor, but I didn't really know how to start or anything because I was 7 and I hadn't had the brain capacity to think critically about it. I was just that looks cool. I want to do it. And so I read this book. It was The Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie diary, because they made a movie about the books. And that movie diary went into production of how they made the movies. And I read that and I was like, this is it. I'm doing it. Mom, how do I act? I got to do this for real. And so my mom helped me a bunch, and now I'm here doing what I love.
Absolutely. And we're talking about The Walking Dead World Beyond on, season 1. A lot goes on. It's there's a lot kind of happening. You know what I mean? From working on it and then kind of seeing clips and watching it, what like is that a kind of interesting experience too? Like you're working on it, you might not know what it's gonna like look like because you're in the zone when you're working, like you're filming it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Going from filming it and seeing how it actually turned out is very interesting. Sometimes on set, they don't have all the VFX and like special added things that they do for the finished product. So it's very different. But I love going back and watching it and, just seeing like interesting things that I liked that I wasn't particularly in either.
Yeah.
It's just a fun show to watch.
Can you talk a little bit about working with the cast? I mean, this show has an amazing cast. I mean, so good. I mean, what was it like working with everyone?
We're all one big family, and I know it seems like every TV show says that, but I guess it's easy to make a family. I guess we all just get along. We're all great friends, and going on to this incredible job where we just get to play and kill zombies.
You play
It's so
pretend
good.
for a living. Like, that's what you
Dude,
do.
that's ridiculous. It's so, and we're paid so much, it's unfair, but it's fun.
but but
It's unfair. It's really not, dude. It's not okay.
No, for sure. I just wasn't expecting you to say that.
Bro, it's what it is, dude. You show up, you say words, you make faces, and then they're like, hey, here you go.
And then the fandom and the reception's insane too. I mean, the social media followers and everything. That's just a whole different layer to everything too, right?
Yeah, it's all the people that enjoy the show. There's a lot of fans in Brazil that I found out. I didn't know that it was so huge over there. So I got a bunch.
But
of
I think
people.
everything's global now with like the access and street, like everything's global right now.
Yeah, so I guess Brazilians are very much content consumers, and
Brazilians
they
also love
the
the amazing world of Gumball. I'm telling you that right now.
Dude.
They do.
Big fans. Love you, Brazil. I don't know how to say it in Brazilian
but it's amazing. A lot of countries love The Walking Dead World Beyond and Amazing Gumball. Brazil, absolutely, but a lot of like all the countries. But it just very quickly, that's pretty cool too. That's becoming kind of like one of the most like iconic kind of characters that you voiced Gumball. Like Gumball is like around. Like what was that like quickly? We'll go back to Walking Dead. But what was that like quickly?
Gumball was so much fun. I mean, when I got that audition, I was doing a voice replacement because there were 2 voice actors before, and they kind of fell out of the voice and they got older.
Jacob Hopkins was one of them.
Yeah.
Who's been on the show?
He's been on the show,
Yes.
Popternative. Oh, sweet. Yeah. So he was the guy before me.
Yeah.
And so when I got the audition and like they literally had the picture of Gumball with the sides and like this is the character, blah blah blah. And like it was telling you all about Gumball, but I was like, dude, I almost don't have to like read this. I watched the show. I know who this guy is. I love it so much. Really hope I get this one. Recorded it, sent it in, and they loved it. And now like being a part of this cartoon has been incredible. Some people have it in like their Cartoon Network top 3 cartoons of all time. And it's like, dude, what? And the writing is so genius too. I mean,
It's genuinely like gut busting funny at times. Like something's happened in that show that literally make you like go like.
There's so many times in the booth where I can't even finish a line, or I'm just laughing at the storyboard. Like it was such a blast, such a fun show.
We mentioned it a little bit too. You're a big fan of like zombie culture, geek culture, and everything. So working on this is super cool because that aspect of it, right? Like you're a fan of that kind of stuff. And you get to work in it as well. Is there anything else you really enjoyed about working on Walking Dead World Beyond that we haven't kind of mentioned?
I mean, I feel like we got it, man. Like the stunts, the scale of the sets, meeting the fans. I mean, it's all the perks of being a part of this like TV universe. Killing
Absolutely,
zombies is fun.
Yeah,
and yeah.
Now, an interesting thing too is people see you and Nico and everyone else from the show, and you guys are what a lot of people call like young up and coming storytellers, where you've been around, people know who you are, but you're still growing as artists and working, and a lot of you are perfectionists, trying to kind of get better at all the time. But it's interesting because I'm going to ask you kind of the middleman question right now, because I find it interesting because people see you in Walking Dead World Beyond, and they look at you and they're like, there's a lot of actors that are younger than you that might be like, hey, I want to be in Nicolas Cantu's footsteps one day. Like I want to work on a show like that. That's cool. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you as Nicolas Cantu, you are looking up to people as well in the industry. So you're kind of in the middle. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? When you think about it at that scale.
Yeah, when you peel back and look at it like that, it's definitely very cool. And what you said, where like people might be saying like, "Oh, I want to do what Nicholas did." It's crazy to think about that you could have that impact. And I mean, if you're out there and you like me and like what I do, I like you and I like what you do. So thank you for the support. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the future and seeing what else I can do. and different stories to tell. It's I'm very thankful to be in the position that I'm in.
Now, I have this thing that I do, this gimmick or bit on my show that I do from time to time, and I feel it up. But we're having a good time. You're a funny guy. Is Nicolas Cantu a fan of the dad jokes? Do you enjoy a good dad joke?
I enjoy a good dad joke from time to time. I enjoy one, yeah.
Okay, why shouldn't you trust stairs?
Don't know, man.
They're always up to something.
See, that's a
Or
good
did you
one.
hear about the kidnapping?
Did he wake up?
Oh, you knew.
I heard that one. I got that one. Did he wake up?
Okay, that's good. That's good.
See,
I was going
I'm
to tell
well
you the
versed.
construction joke, but I'm still working on it. And then you told me about that restaurant where we went at the moon. You said it was great food, but there was zero atmosphere at that restaurant.
Dude, you are rapid firing. You're just like, oh my gosh, so many dad jokes.
Man, there's a lot. The shovel was a groundbreaking invention. You know, you quit that job at the shoe factory because it was soul destroying.
You have these on like a screen somewhere?
I just say them all the time. Like, I feel like people are gonna think I'm a fraud because I repeat the same ones. I got a dad joke calendar for Christmas a couple years ago, and that was a big mistake, as you can see.
Oh my gosh, just so much inspiration.
It is amazing. Nicholas, I wanted to thank you so much for coming on Popternative. Seriously, man, it was great chatting with you.
Thank you. I had a blast. This was such a fun interview.
So
man.
let's do some plugs quickly. So they're going to be able to get Walking Dead World Beyond Season 1 June 15th on Blu-ray and DVD, which is amazing. And they can expect a lot of crazy things like we talked about, right?
Yeah, a bunch of extras, fun behind-the-scenes things, I believe. Yeah, it'll be great.
Absolutely. And we talked about social media a little bit. Is there anywhere people can follow you on social media to keep up to date with anything? Or
Yeah, I'm on Instagram at ncantu, Cantu, and Twitter's the same, ncantu. And yeah, that's where you can find me and see all the ridiculous things that I post.
Amazing. Absolutely. And it's pretty cool that your character wears a suit in the show too.
Yeah, you know, you got to show up dressed to impress when you're dealing with zombies.
We have to throw that in there. The suit. That was like one of the first questions that was also asked to you on one of those panels too. Like people brought up the suit right away. I love that.
Dude, it's because you're like watching this zombie show where people are like gonna fight and kill things, and this dude pulls up in a corduroy suit. Of course, you're gonna have a question about that.
Absolutely.
It's bite proof though.
Yeah.
You know, zombies can't bite it, so it's there.
Absolutely. Well, this has been Popternative. YouTube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. You're going to be able to see Nicolas Cantu in that suit if you get Walking Dead World Beyond Season 1 on Blu-ray or DVD June 15th. Until next time, this is Nicolas Cantu and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.